How's it going, guys? Cody guys back again, dropping yet another video. Right guys, you can see from the title of the video, this video is going to be on the pensioner that stabbed the burglar to death just last Tuesday down in Hither Green, right, southeast London. Right, as a former criminal, guys, that normally speak up for prisoners and stuff and for criminals and everything, and give my thoughts and my analysis of the situation and stuff, right? So stay with me, right? So Richard Osborn-Brooks, he's the 78-year-old man you can see here, lives with his 76-year-old wife Maureen in South Bank Crescent in Hither Green down in southeast London. It's believed that Richard Osborn-Brooks, sorry, woke up after hearing a noise downstairs at approximately 12:30 AM. Went downstairs to find two men rummaging around his home. A struggle ensued and he stabbed this man that you can see here to death in a desperate bid to protect his home and his wife, right? So there's a bit of background here on Henry Vincent, the 37-year-old man that was stabbed to death in this incident. Henry Vincent, sorry, age 37, a father of four, reportedly targeted a number of pensioners during his criminal career, was well known for carrying a screwdriver as a weapon, right? Henry Vincent, he was once on the police's most wanted list and has previously served 10 years in prison. In 2009, Vincent was jailed for 6 years for charging an old age pensioner £72,000 to replace one, you heard it, one roof tile. Vincent had been part of a gang known to escort victims to the bank to withdraw money to pay for their work. Vincent, described in court as a drug addict, police named Vincent in appeals about a burglary in October 2013 and a fraud in 2016. Let's move on. In November last year, he was sought over a distraction burglary in Kent, in which a 70-year-old man had jewellery stolen. 7 relatives from Vincent's traveller family, I believe it's from a traveller's family, were jailed in October 2003, after conning pensioners out of nearly £450,000. He passed away last Tuesday in Hither Green after a scuffle between him and Richard Osborn-Brooks. At the time of his death, Vincent was wanted by the police in relation to the November incident where the distraction and burglary took place. Now, you normally see me, guys, sticking up for people, right? A man has the right to defend his castle, right? I don't care what your colour is, I don't care what your background is, your gender, your religion, your race, I don't care, right? Someone breaks into your property, you have the right to defend it to the hill. You might, like I said, this was a 78-year-old man protecting his 76-year-old lady wife, right? Now, like I say, the law dictates you're allowed to use proportionate force. Now, it's a very open-ended thing because what one police force might deem to be proportionate force, another police force might say, no, you used excessive force, or the Crown Prosecution Service, one person might answer the phone and say that was proportionate, another one might say it was excessive, right? Example, if an 11-year-old climbs through your kitchen window as a dare, and you take a baseball bat and club him half to death, you've used excessive force. You was bigger, you're stronger than the person, and used excessive force. If someone breaks into your home, a man breaks into your home, are you allowed to arm yourself and defend yourself within the confines of the law? Absolutely. People don't break into your property, guys, with hopes and dreams. They break in with weapons, right? Crowbars, screwdrivers. They've got to force entry to your property, right? So unless you've left the window open, they force the jimmy doors open. They use spades, they'll use screwdrivers, they'll use anything they can get their hands on, right, to get into your property. Now, this was a 78-year-old man. He's found 2 burglars in his house and he thought nothing of confronting them, right? Which is a very ballsy move to do because not everyone in his situation would have taken the same course of action. The thing is with the burglars, right, did they intend to kill the Osborn-Brooks? To be honest, probably not, right? But the fact is, if you encroach onto somebody's land, you're trespassing. If you then force entry to the house, right, you deserve everything you fucking get, right? Now, like I say, if someone broke into a traveller's house or a traveller's caravan, I'd expect the traveller to do exactly the same, and I'd be defending the traveller in that situation. Like I say, it doesn't come down to colour, creed, race, gender, sexual orientation. It comes down to nothing. If someone breaks into your house, you have the right to defend your property, defend your castle, and defend your manor to the hill, right? My thoughts on I feel a great deal of sorrow for the Osborn-Brooks, because they're living under police guard now, guys, right? They're living in police safe houses. I've read stories that there's been death threats issued against the Osborn-Brooks. They're an old couple, right? They didn't ask for this Henry Vincent and his accomplice to break into their house, right? Like I say, if you break into another man's house, you deserve everything you fucking get. It's as simple as that, right? Like I say, he's paid with his life. It's sad because it's left a father of, it's left 4 kids without a dad. Obviously, Henry Vincent was a father of 4, right? But again, you can't expect, right? It's quite apparent, right, during what I've read, right, about Henry Vincent, that he targeted long-term vulnerable, and that's what they are, vulnerable pensioners. The old, the prone to being conned and stuff like that, and the old and the frail and stuff like that. Like I say, it took a great deal of balls for Richard Osborn-Brooks to go downstairs, confront not 1 but 2 burglars, right, and then have it out with them. In which, obviously, I believe Henry Vincent was then stabbed. He then went outside. He stumbled outside, and where he dropped dead. Now, people might say, "Why are you saying this?" But my thoughts and my prayers are with Henry Vincent's family, right? You don't speak ill of the dead. Simple as that, right? I'm talking about the circumstances that led up to his death, right? His accomplice ran away, left him, ran away, right? Like I say, were there intentions of Henry Vincent and his accomplice to murder, kill, maim the Osborn-Brooks? Probably not. But would they have gone at him given the chance? Absolutely. And like I say, Richard Osborn-Brooks didn't know what they was armed with. He didn't know what their intentions were. You walk downstairs and people are in your house. They've trespassed onto your property, and then they've broken into your fucking house, right? With the intention of stealing, whether it's jewellery, televisions, whatever they can pillage, right? They'll take, right? And like I say, he paid with his life. So do I feel sorrow for what Henry Vincent did? Absolutely not. My thoughts and my prayers with his family, because, like I say, you don't speak ill of the dead, and you obviously, it's a sad state of affairs and stuff to pay with the life. I remember a farmer, I think it was in the 90s, someone encroached, he was a farmer, someone encroached onto his land. I think it was after his shotguns or something, and he ended up shooting this kid with a shotgun. I believe he went to prison initially, and then I believe it was quashed and he got out and stuff. I think his name was Tony Martin or something like that. But the fact is, guys, within the confines of the law, with fewer police on the streets, guys, right, you're seeing soaring crime rates across the board. Community police stations have closed down. Frontline policing have closed down. For the most part, guys, Britain is lawless, right? You can do what you want. When it comes to commercial burglaries, which or dwellings, which are houses and stuff like that, police are taking 24, 46, 48, 72 hours to turn up, guys, right? And like I say, the fact is, people have the right to defend their property. If it was America, if it was in America, guys, if that homeowner had a licensed firearm, he could have shot the intruder dead. Simple as that. So like I say, what are your thoughts on this situation, guys? I'm very, very interested to know your thoughts. You might have seen it on the media, guys. You might have seen the headlines. You might have seen it on social media. There's been videos where the family of Henry Vincent have put flowers on the fence outside the Osborn-Brooks home where Henry Vincent met his tragic end. And people have gone, they've ripped the flowers down and stuff like that. I believe later on today, the residents of Hither Green are going to be protesting. I believe there's a police thingy on the house now, a police escort on the house where there's like mounted officers watching over these flowers and stuff like that, because obviously Henry Vincent's family are going to lay flowers where he died, right? That makes sense. But obviously relatives are like, you're making a shrine to a burglar, a career criminal, and they're ripping them down and stuff like that. And then I believe the police are saying it's criminal damage or a public order offence or something. Public order is normally where you shout, you swear in the street or something like that. But the police are saying that it is I think it's criminal damage if they cut the flowers down and throw them on the floor and stuff. People, I've seen 2 people on video go down, shouting their mouths off, ripping the flowers down and stuff. The media there and stuff taking pictures. It's very publicised because it's like it's a homeowner defending his castle. It's resulted in the death of the burglar. Now, if it was the other way around and the homeowner would have been killed and stuff like that, then Henry Vincent, if he would have stabbed Mr. Osborn-Brooks to death, he would have been arrested. It would have been questioned, charged, stuff like that if there was evidence. And he would have ended up in prison and stuff for life. Like I say, you have the right to defend your castle and you do it to the fucking... If someone breaks into your home, you fucking do what you've got to do to protect yourself, protect your family. A lot of people have got... Pardon me. A lot of people have got kids and stuff like that, and they actively would defend the house. Other people would hide under the bed and they would phone the police. The fact is, guys, with fewer police on the streets and it's taking them 24, 48 hours to turn up to burglaries and stuff like that, people are taking the law into their own hands. You've got that split second, right? You hear noises downstairs. You've got a split. You walk downstairs, you see 2 intruders. You have got a split second decision to make. Do you defend yourself or do you run back upstairs? Because, like I say, it's literally do or die. Do you fight back, or do you be overpowered and you could be stabbed to death by the intruders, right? So it's literally that split second and stuff. It's caused a massive uproar and stuff like that. A lot of people are talking about it. Can you defend your property? Should you defend your property? If someone broke into my property, guys, I would defend it to the hilt. Simple as that. You know what I mean? I live in a little house on my own and stuff like that. If someone broke in, would I defend myself? Absolutely. Like I say, people have lost faith in the police, guys. It's left the streets lawless and people are taking the law into their own hands. If he would have rang the police, it should have been a code 1 and the police would have turned up straight away. Obviously, that didn't happen. You've got a split decision. You've got a split second to decide fight or flight. Richard Osborn-Brooks, he fought and he killed the intruder. He deserves a medal, in my opinion. He defended his castle. I'm sorry. My thoughts go out to the family of Henry Vincent. God bless him, may he rest in peace. But if you break into people's homes, what do you expect? Guys, this is my thoughts and my opinions on this subject matter. Feel free to comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, guys. Speak to you all soon. Bye.